Hello and welcome to Lindsay Akashic channel. I am your host, Lindsay, and today we are opening the Akashic Records on peace. So we're going to do things a little differently. Today is not a live Akashic Records reading. I opened the records prior and took notes this time. So I'm going to be reading the notes from the records reading on peace so that we can move along a little more quickly. And we'll see how you like that live versus reading off of notes, okay? So I'd love to hear what you think in the comments about that, what your preference is. So opening the Akashic Records on peace, let's get into it. This is a beautiful reading, and I think we all need it. So I ask the questions, always the opening visual or opening message, what is that? What's the opening message on peace? And then I start with a foundational question, what is peace? Because I love to get the Akashic Records perspective on what peace is. And then I ask, how can we experience peace individually and collectively? And then what is blocking us from living in peace? And then finally, what's the most important message we need to know about peace? So let's get into it. The Akashic Records on peace. The opening message, the opening visual. I got the words above it all. The viewpoint is aerial, an aerial camera view above evergreen trees. So I was seeing like I was above a bunch of evergreen trees and I could see them below me and I can see the sky. I'm coasting above it all. I can look down and see all the trees from on top. I can see the beauty of the trees. I can see the depths and how tall they are. Depth of perception. Looking straight ahead, I can see the clouds and the horizon. And there was a mist blanketing the trees, a fog, but the sun was still out. Above it all. Depth of perception and aerial viewpoint is clearer. There's a broader perspective. Depth perception, all of it. So then when I asked the Akashic Records, what is peace? The record said, just living, just breathing, wandering but not lost, a surrender, like someone walking across different landscapes, just walking, no particular intention, enjoying the journey, no matter what, finding the peace, finding the elements of serenity, solitude. Poignant moments in your life bring peace, an intentional surrender. So then I asked the records, how can we experience peace individually and collectively? So individually, the records said, simply, live more peacefully. Live in peace, serenity, calm down. You're just living, just loving, justice and balance. There's justice and balance in living. There's an order. Trust in the order. Trusting in the order of chaotic times brings peace. Trusting that there is an order, a divine experiential force, making balance always. Surrender. Poetry. It's like poetry. Words. Word choices. Choose your words for peace. Make your life like poetry. Beautiful. Even when poetry is speaking of pain and suffering, heartbreak, deep despair and sorrow, there's still something beautiful in that. So then I asked the records collectively, how can we experience peace collectively? And the Akashic Records said, all on board, all aboard, the peace train, which I thought was really cute. A train moves through the landscape, through the valleys, over the rivers. A conductor calls everyone on board, like all aboard. Whoever wants to get on, get on. Choose it. Choose it every day or any time you need it. Get on the peace train. I love that. It's really sweet. So then I asked, what is blocking us from living in peace? And the Akashic Records said, immediacy, desperation, urgency, emergency, being rushed. The speed at which we live demolishes any chance of peace. You can wait, you can think, you can stop. You can observe without reacting immediately. The sense of immediacy, the urgency, the emergency to react, to respond, is blocking us from peace. Wait, observe, listen, allow, surrender, trust, instead of having reactions. Allow the reactions and the waves of reactions to move until you have that higher perspective, right, above the evergreen trees, like that opening visual, the opening message. You see the depth of perception, and you see the sun and then this fog, and the fog clears. You can see the fog, but you know that the fog will clear. A clear perception, the higher perception, until you have that. So then when I asked, what's the most important message we need to know about peace? The Akashic Records said, all are welcome on board the peace train. Nobody is excluded in peace. There is a sadness and a longing in our sense of belonging right now. There's an emotional experience around it. And the Akashic Records initiated like a feeling of wanting to cry, the emotional experience around belonging. And the Akashic Records said, our sense of belonging and feeling safe is what's keeping us from peace, because we're acting out of desperation and immediacy. Instead, the records are saying, choose to create your existence in peace, a peaceful existence. Don't be rushed. Ignore immediacy. If you feel the sense of immediacy, urgency, emergency, wait, stop. That's the first step to peace, to be non-reactive. Remember, the sense of belonging, this desperate sense of belonging, is blocking us from peace. So they said, find your people. Find the people on the peace train. It's all inclusive. Everything we need, everyone who cares is here. Everyone who gets it, who wants peace, who understands peace, is on this train. Get on the peace train. It's all inclusive. Everyone's welcome. All are welcome. Nobody gets left behind. Nobody is left in the dust when we are all in a place of peace. So I hope you enjoyed that, the Akashic Records on peace, and let me know what you think in the comments below. And I look forward to sharing more readings with you coming up. Also, give me a heads up if you like them being live or if you like the faster movement of having them be read as notes. So I'll see you next time. Thanks.